Hi friends, hi family, and for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kathy. And this is a small collection of my Pirouline cream-filled wafers tin cans. Now, I like the wafer very much so, and it's actually not too bad on the waistline. It's, well, I'll show you. Well, this can says that it's 100 calories per 2 wafers because it's made with hazelnut. And it's 3 grams of fat, and it's 30 milligrams of sodium, and 7 grams of sugar. Which, if you're a diabetic, you're told that to stick with items that are 7 grams of sugar or less, and that's why I purchase these cookies. Now, when I'm purchasing them, in the grocery store, this is a can that you'll most likely find. Okay? And this one happened to be purchased at, by looking at the label, Dee Dee's. And they're also very tasty, in addition to being tasty, very affordable. This one comes from Dollar General. That's where that can came from. And this one I just bought a few days ago at Dollar Tree. Now the purpose of this video is, it does say right on the can, and it does have the little, what they call resin or recyclable logo. And so it makes you feel like, well, you're buying the right packaging because it has a recyclable logo on it. Well, guess what? That doesn't mean necessarily that the can's recyclable. So, as a consumer, you have to think about, well, we know that it's made out of tin. It's a tin can. It's not aluminum. And if you research, it will take 50 years for this can to dissolve. Yes, it is biodegradable over time. In this particular case, 50 years, which is still better than an aluminum can, which takes 200 years. Glass bottles take 1,000,000 years. Plastic bags take 500 to 1,000 years. And a plastic bottle is 70 to 450 years. Well, if it were made out of cardboard, just like the Girl Scout cookies and animal crackers, we would be looking at 3 months to a few years. So cardboard would be the ideal packaging. Now, since these cans are available absolutely everywhere, especially, because they are so reasonably priced, and they are very good for being so reasonably priced. So I have, because it's ideal to recycle, reuse, or reduce. So I try to reuse first. I do recycle all my plastic and aluminums and my bottles. So this particular can, I store peanut butter Ritz crackers for my grandson. And he knows they're in there. He knows anything in one of these cans is a snack. And so I use this particular can to recycle, to reuse for crackers. This one has, well, I'm not going to take all the lids off, but this one has cassette tapes in it. This one has change, spare change. And the rest have, actually one still has cookies in it. And then there's jelly beans in one. And so once I've opened the package, and I need something to store it in, I use my little tins. I'm trying to be a good consumer, and I care about the environment. And the purpose for this video is I would like a message sent to this cookie manufacturing company to please quit using tin. We don't buy this particular product because it comes in a beautiful can. We buy the product because we like the cookie inside, the wafer. And it can be easily packaged and sold in cardboard, which is just thin sheets of paper glued together on top of each other. So that's what my little video is about. I quit buying these wafers for a couple months because I ran out of uses for the tins. At Christmas time, I put money in there. I took the lid off, put some cash down inside, and when my grandchildren opened it up, I made sure to put the money towards the bottom of the can. They thought they were getting these cookies. They weren't disappointed because kids love cookies, but they were even more excited that it had money inside. So when January came around, and I have quite a few grandkids, so when January came around, I felt guilty about purchasing these cookies because I ran out of uses for the tins. And so one day I threw 3 tins into the garbage, and it bothered me. And so I went back and I took them back and I found a use for them. But I really have ran out of ideas. So my next step is, as a consumer, since the consumer is the one that's being the most accountable for filling the landfills, I think as a consumer we need to address the manufacturers to manufacture their cookies, in this case, into a biodegradable container that's not going to take 50 to 1,000,000 years to decompose. So I'm hoping that this video will be shared because it's only the responsible thing to do. I know that people aren't aware that your green garbage can that is people mostly put their leaves, their rakeable leaves in, can also be used for not this tin, but cardboard, your junk mail, anything biodegradable. And I would like to see my Pirouline containers made in a biodegradable container that I can put into my green can. Because I don't know about you, but as a resident of California, I don't like being held responsible for purchasing and bringing my own bag to a grocery store when the manufacturers are the ones that should be more accountable. We need to work together. So if I'm going to pay 10 cents a bag or be responsible for providing my own, I think it's time that the manufacturers also become accountable. Thank you for your time. And please share this if you agree.